Hello, Collective. This is Chan from Artemis Oracle doing your reading today. I'm going to close the chat because I just want to focus solely on the reading. So, tomorrow's a new moon in Taurus. And I'm going to see what messages you're meant to hear at this time. So, I'm going to go by the signs from Aries. From Aries to Pisces. I see what messages you need to know at this time. What new moon and Taurus messages you need to know at this time. What messages the collective need to know. If you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And yesterday I went live and I did a new moon reading. It's more like a general reading. So that was a live I did earlier yesterday. Because I do sometimes I do 2 lives a day, 2 live streams a day, except in the weekend. So I want to see what the message is. So the new moon in Taurus will be on Saturday, May 16th, and the focus should be on self-esteem. How can you improve your self-esteem? What intentions you can set that can help improve your self-esteem? How, what you believe you're worthy of receiving? How you can bring in more financial stability, security into your life? But you know, all of that is based on how you view yourself and how worthy you believe you truly are. So the affirmation for the new moon is I deserve to manifest, and you fill in the blank for whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest for yourself. Remember, new moons are about manifestation. And yesterday I was talking about the heart chakra, because Venus rules the heart space. It's about love. Things you love, people you love, your relationships, your partnerships, even your self-worth, how you love yourself, self-love. But Taurus rules the throat chakra, and as I was doing the reading, I kept having to clear my throat, and it was like I was watching the replay, and I was realizing, I was like, wait a minute, I kept clearing my throat, and Taurus rules the throat chakra. So I would say, with that being said, be careful what you're saying about yourself, because your words hold value. Words are your wand. You know, what you say, you speak into existence, you know? So if you're going to say anything about yourself, make sure you're speaking kindly to yourself. Be kind to yourself. All right, so we're going to go into Aries now. I'm going to start with Aries, and then we're going to go through the zodiac in order. I closed the chat because I want to focus on this and not be distracted. So I'm going into the Moonology messages deck. It's the Moonology Oracle deck. What message does Aries need to know at this time? What message? Oh, 333. What message does Aries need to know? Okay. You got 3 messages, Aries. Oh, wow. Makes sense. The yin moon came out. No. Because masculine energy, Aries, fire sign, masculine energy. Initiative sign, first sign of the zodiac, takes initiative, cardinal sign, right? But it says out of bounds moon, boundaries. This is important for you to set some sort of boundaries, especially with any manifestations or intentions you plan to set during this new moon in Taurus. You know, especially if you're wanting to protect any abundance that you're trying to attract. You know, Taurus is about finances, worth, material worth, net worth, self-worth, right? But don't let pride get in the way, is what I want to say, because the yin moon came out, and the yin is the feminine energy. It's about receiving. You know, when you're using the law of attraction, you ultimately are going to have to be in that feminine receptive energy, you know, because the masculine energy is action oriented. They take steps, they take actual steps to do something, whereas the feminine energy is receptive and receives. You know, so if there's anything that you need help with, and if there's anyone offering you help and it is relevant to what you're doing and it's coming from an authentic place from that person's part, accept the help. You know, don't let your pride get in the way, especially when it comes to any opportunities that may come your way that may bring up bring you abundance, and wherever you want abundance in, because abundance doesn't only have to do with money. You know, you could be abundant with happiness, joy, opportunities, love. I don't know if I said that already, but other things too. There's other things that we can be abundant. Peace, you know. But there may be a part of you that may need to set some sort of boundaries to protect your energy, you know, especially at least setting boundaries with the types of things you're also saying about yourself, or what you allow other people to say to you, you know. Create some sort of boundaries, block out anything that doesn't serve any purpose in whatever you're trying to manifest, whatever intention you're setting, because you do not want anything to get in the way, to block you, you know. But also, don't create any blockages yourself, I would say. If there's help, you need help, accept the help you need, you know? So this is about being humble too. Definitely being humble. Okay. So let me go into Taurus now. I hope that helps Aries, the Aries signs. I forgot my map. Done, yeah. For Taurus, what message does Taurus need to know? What monology message does Taurus need to know at this time for the moon, Taurus? Stay in integrity. Stay in integrity. This is you holding true to whatever your values are, being authentic to who you are, your belief systems, your standards. Also, speaking your truth. For some reason, I want to say speaking your truth. Don't do anything that can compromise your integrity. Remember what I was saying that, yesterday's reading today, I was saying that it's important for us to be careful what we say or even think about ourselves, right? But also, you have to be careful what things you are doing to Taurus. So make sure that you're not doing anything that may be questionable, maybe a bit corrupt, or may contradict what you stand for, you know? Because there may be certain things that may be coming to light with moonshining, stay in integrity. So there could be people around you who may be doing things deceptively. But it's important that whatever your intention is, it involves you being in your integrity. Don't compromise your integrity in any way, even if there's something that's seemingly going to be out of reach, or maybe difficult, or maybe a bit far-fetched. You know, don't take any shortcuts. Don't do anything that may bite you in the ass later on, you know. But in the bottom it says the moon's wisdom, take the lead. You know, so there may be something too, like it says, take the lead. If you feel like, follow through with what you want to do. If you feel like you have to be an initiator, then do that, but make sure you're doing that while you're staying in integrity, because sometimes people can get into this energy of being the leader, but it could be their mindset it's ego, corruption, that type of thing. So what I'm saying is you have to be careful with whatever your intention is for this new moon. Make sure that you're not doing anything that may contradict whatever your values are, your beliefs are, but also be an example of what integrity is, you know, with taking the lead. Show up as your true self. Stay true to yourself, be authentic. And with that, you'll be able to not only inspire people, but also align with whatever it is that you want to do, whatever your intention is for this moon phase. That was a bit weird. That was a weird message, I would say. Okay, I'm going to go into Gemini now. Gemini. What's Gemini's Taurus moon message? What is Gemini's new moon Taurus message? Moon memories, the past. Accept the responsibility. I feel called to do this mystery. Truth. The past. Accept. There may be certain things that you need to release from your past and accept before you can really actually start to manifest something, because there may be something in the past that still is bothering you, can be some sort of blockage. It could be tied to shame. It could be tied to any low vibrational negative energy, right? There may be something where you need to reflect on the past, accept the past, take responsibility where it lies on you, you know? Because the fact that the dark side of the moon mystery card came out is you're going to be entering a new phase. It's like a blank new slate, right? And you don't know what's on the other side of this, but as long as you keep holding on to the past and not taking accountability for yourself, or maybe even holding other people accountable for their own behavior, you know, it's not going to allow you to move forward. But if you are able to do this, because I forgot what I said, if you move forward with accepting responsibility or making other people accountable for whatever they've done wrong in the past, you're going to be entering this new phase. It's like you're closing another chapter, closing another cycle, and then you're going to be entering the unknown. But the truth card is like, this requires you to be very honest about yourself. And in order for anyone to be honest, it's also about being honest to yourself, being honest with other people, and also speaking honestly. You know, be honest with yourself about anything that you may have done wrong, anything from the past that you may still may be clinging on to you, that you continue to carry over with you into the new phases of your life. But you may be entering the unknown. Like your advice is to close something out and move towards the unknown, move towards a new beginning. New beginnings, you don't know what's on the other side of that new beginning. You don't know what the result is going to be, what's going to be at the end of that new beginning, you know. But you can only do that once you move away from the past and not let the past drag on into any new phases, especially with this new moon phase. It's a blank slate for you. This is an opportunity to start over, you know. But it's first going to have to start with you being honest, or maybe, like I said, holding other people accountable and having them be honest with you. About communication, you are the sign of communication, you know. So communicate clearly, get the necessary information you need to be honest with yourself and be honest with other people. Okay, so that's for Gemini. So now we're going to go into Cancerian. What's the message for Cancerians? What's the new message for Cancerians? What's the new message for Cancerians? Okay. At the bottom, we have patience. Some of you are being called to be patient. Patience is a virtue, right? We know that saying, right? But moon called, meant to be. And then take a risk. There's some sort of risk that maybe you're needing to take, but it might, with this new moon phase, this is the perfect opportunity for you to prepare, to get started, or actually take that leap of faith, you know, because whatever is your intention with this risk that you're considering, it's something that is aligned to you, you know. And, you know, it's funny, we have the moon phases here, but to me, it shows alignment. That's what I see, even though this is just the moon phase, the cycles of the moon. But it's making me think of alignment. So in the context of these cards, you know, we see purple here. So this is about you, maybe third eye chakra, getting some, like, seeing things. So some of you may be getting visions, maybe having dreams, seeing things for yourself. Something that you're envisioning for yourself when it comes to whatever you want, like when it comes to maybe a business or something that you may be wanting to make money, or even something you want to do that's going to help you improve your confidence. It's going to bring you some sort of security or stability. It could be you working on your personal, like you're being a stable and secure person, you know. But or it's giving you an opportunity to be seen in that way, you know. But it says take a risk. There's a risk that you're considering, but it's seeming like this is like the perfect opportunity for you. But of course, you know, do the necessary planning, you know, prepare yourself as much as you can, but don't hold yourself back from making this decision. Because if it's at this point, I would say this is something that you've already been thinking about for quite some time, and it's now coming to a head, and now you're going to have to make a decision about whether you're going to move forward with whatever plan you have or not. You know, but this, for some of you, this could be the message or confirmation that you need to move forward with whatever plan you have, or you've already created or implemented or wanting to implement or get started on. Because this meant to be card, it's like whatever it is, it's meant to be. It's meant to happen, whatever. And it may have been something too that you've been waiting for. You know, you've been patiently waiting. So this is your new moon message. Maybe there's something coming to fruition. Now, it could be something that you've been waiting for, and you've been waiting for this patiently. And it could have been something, a past risk you took, but now this is the right time. This is where the alignment is coming in. But it could be the other way around, where you need to start something now because it's the right time, because everything is aligned for you to move forward and to succeed, because what the card says, it's meant to be. You know, so it's moon flower and moon called and moon cycles, you know. So this could be something that you've thought about many moons ago, or it could be something you thought about since the last new moon. The last new moon was in Aries. Something that you may have already initiated some sort of action with. So I hope that helps you, Cancers. Okay. All right, let's see what messages Leos need to know. What new message does Leo need to know for the new moon in Taurus? What new messages does Leo need to know for the new moon in Taurus? What messages does Leo need to know for the new moon in Taurus? The Patience card, moon cycles, came out. So some of you may have been waiting patiently. I'm envisioning the Strength card, because the Strength card is Leo's card. So it's like you've been calming yourself, taming whatever. Like maybe some of you have been wanting to pounce on something, or someone has been wanting to pounce on you, but you've been holding back. I think that what you need to work on for this new moon is your patience. You know, this is going to be very important for you, especially with some sort of intention you're planning to set for the new moon. It's important for whatever you're doing to make sure that you're taking the necessary steps to protect yourself and protect whatever idea you're thinking of moving forward with, you know. Try to see about this Patience card. I feel like you have to make sure that you protect yourself from anything that may put your integrity to the test, you know, test your integrity. There may be certain things, like I said, you have to protect yourself. So there may be certain opportunities that may be coming towards you that may be making it seem like something that you want to do, whatever intention you're wanting to set, can happen quicker or sooner. But with this, it's saying your patience is required, and whatever your intention is, don't try to do anything that forces you to step out of your integrity. And it's important for you at this time to protect your integrity, protect your reputation in any way. Don't rush anything. Take the slow and steady approach. As much as you feel like the fire signs, you're very passionate and very motivated, but we are in the new moon in Taurus, so this is very important for you to ground yourself, not take unnecessary risks or act out impulsively. You know, it's important for you to be motivated and be driven towards something that you want to make happen, but it's also important for you to know how to tame yourself, tame your fire, stoke the fire. Don't let it burn out. You need to be patient with yourself, patient with the process, and also try not to rush something, you know, as much as you want. This is going to be the way you can protect whatever this is that you're wanting, whatever your intention is, because everybody's intention is different, you know. So this is a general moon reading, but whatever your intention is, it's important for you to protect your energy, protect your integrity, also be patient and not get involved in anything that may put your integrity in jeopardy. Like I said, your reputation. You have to protect your reputation. And whatever it is that you may be working on, it may be very sensitive, something that requires you to be protective of it and even protective of yourself. So I feel like that's the advice that you're being given. It says moon cycles, ring around the moon. It's because you know you're powerful. You have a lot of energy. You are ruled by the sun, Leo. So this is a matter of you honing in your power, your energy, and making sure you're directing it in a patient manner, not where you can burn something off. Now that I'm saying this, you don't want to burn hot and heavy. You don't want to destroy something with your passion or your haste. You want to take the slow and steady approach, you know, to nurture something to life rather than causing it to combust. That's what I'm thinking. So it's important for you to stay in your integrity. Okay, Leo, I hope that helps you. So you could be also tested by people too. They may want to get you out of character. And then if you're setting some sort of intention, it may put you in that negative vibration that may interfere or create a blockage for your manifestation. Okay, Leo? So now I'm going to go into Virgo. What more messages does Virgo need to know at this time? What more messages does Virgo need to know at this time? Abundance, Virgo. Cleansing. Higher power. Yeah, I'm thinking you definitely, during this time, whatever intention you have for yourself, it's important for you to make sure that you are going hermit mode, Virgo. Take time to reflect on what it is that you want, what kind of abundance you want to attract. But also, it's necessary for you to cleanse your energy, but that could be with you taking time to yourself, being on your own, you know. Higher power, you connecting to your higher self, connecting to the universe, connecting to what it is that you want. But for you to do that, you're also going to have to cleanse your energy. You know, use any cleansing practice that you feel comfortable with. It doesn't have to be anything complicated, and it could just simply be like bathing, showering, being in the sun. I would say even being under the moonlight if you can, but unfortunately the moon is not around, you know, like she's there, but she's hidden, you know. So I would say just try different, try to look for any spiritual cleansing methods that can help you clear your energy, clear your aura, to kind of have that, like, that reset for yourself so that you can, you know, really purify and remove any influences that can essentially influence you and influence your beliefs. Because at this time, like, I feel like it's telling you that you have to be on your own. You know, you're gonna have to be by yourself, and not for a long time. It's just so that you could take time to be on your own, so that you can reconnect to yourself, reconnect to what matters to you, reconnect to what intentions you have. You know, so that you can feel more connected to it and feel it, rather than it just being an idea. You want to really connect with it, become one with it, where it becomes attracted to you, becomes magnified or magnetized towards you, you know. But there's some sort of cleansing that you're being recommended to do. This card, that cleansing card, came out yesterday when I was doing the general collective new moon reading. So I hope that helps you, Virgo. So, like, you can Google different spiritual cleansing techniques. There's so many. I could mention like sage. Even I mentioned something yesterday about showering and setting an intention as you're bathing, whether it's in a shower or in an actual bath with soap. Sea salt, Himalayan sea salt, Palo Santo. I even looked up sunbathing. Sunbathing is a really good way too. It is good for you. And of course you have to use SPF, but the sun is energizing. It does help improve your vitality, improves your mood. It energizes your body. It's also a way of grounding yourself too. So some of you may need to ground yourself, Virgo. Okay, so now I'm going to go into Libra. Libra. What messages does Libra need to know at this time? Let me put a timestamp. What messages does Libra need to know at this time? So thank you to everyone who's here, and thank you for the likes. I really appreciate you. I turned off the chat so I could really focus on doing this reading. Ooh, Libra, you got the law of attraction. The law of attraction. Avoid drama. Go for it. Take a breath. If you're feeling anxiety, any stress, pressure, anything, just take nice deep breaths, deep cleansing breaths. You know, this is what the new moon phase is about. It's about attraction, about intention, setting intentions, but also being in the vibration to receive whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest for yourself, right? But you know, the most important thing is to avoid drama. When you have drama around you that's low vibrational, it brings you down, it brings down your morale, it brings down your vibration. You know, if there's any way that you can avoid drama, and sometimes that's difficult to do, try to avoid it as much as you can. But the best way to avoid it is to not engage with it. You know, it could be there, but you're like, not my circus, not my monkey type of thing, you know, like it's not my problem. But if there is something that may come up, that may be a source of drama that you can cut off at the head, then do what you need to do, you know, so that it doesn't turn into some sort of monster, you know, like nip it in the bud is what I want to say. But with this, definitely take a deep breath, deep cleansing breath. Make sure you're not feeling any pressure, or you're remembering to connect to yourself. That's the most important thing, especially with this new moon in Taurus. You have to connect with your body, connect with yourself, connect with who you are as a whole, Libra. Taurus is ruled by Venus, is just like you. So this is a really important time for you to be connected to your heart space, you know. Speak your truth. If there's something you feel like you need to speak about, because Taurus does rule the throat chakra, but Venus rules the heart chakra. So speak with love, speak authentically, speak with integrity, you know, where necessary. That may be something that you may need to do to avoid drama, especially if you see something, you can already see it's happening, and, you know, you want to maintain whatever positive vibration you're in right now, then it may be something that you need to go on the defense or offense. Offense. I think it's offense. I'm not a sports person, you know, but I think with that, if you need to take time, take a breath, take time to yourself, reconnect yourself, gather yourself. If something comes up that may incite drama or is looking like drama, take the time to take a break from it. But then when you've cooled down, confront it. Confront it. I don't want to say confront, but I feel like that's the best way to put it, you know? Confront it. Don't let it grow into something. If you can nip it in the bud, nip it in the bud. But this is all a matter of you protecting your energy and making sure that you're in the place to attract whatever it is that you want, not what you don't want. So avoiding drama is one of the ways that you can do that to yourself, you know? So if there's something that you see that can turn into something bigger than it needs to be, nip it in the bud as much as you can. But make sure you take a break, take a breath, you know, gather yourself. Don't let your emotions feed the monster, you know, because you grounding yourself in that way is what's going to prevent any drama from ensuing as much as you can. But remember, it's all about what you engage with as well. I hope that helps you, Libra. It's all about the law of attraction, you know. Okay, now we're going to go into Scorpio. What message does Scorpios need to know for the... Excuse me, princess. What messages does Scorpio need to know for the new moon in Taurus? So we had the full moon in Scorpio, and Taurus and Scorpio are the opposite sides of each other. Scorpio is a water sign, and Taurus is an earth sign. So I already know the moonology cards when it comes to the manifestation and original moonology deck. So the card we have is Moon Rising, Truth. So this is about honesty, being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, speaking honestly, authentically, not pretending to be something you're not, which is, I don't think Scorpios do, because I know I don't. I don't got time to be pretending to be something I'm not, you know? Of course, people are multifaceted, so, you know, we could code switch and be what we need to be at the time, but that doesn't mean that's not an aspect of us, you know what I mean? And that goes to any sign. So what else does Scorpio need to know? Be honest about your feelings, you know? Patience. Also have patience with yourself. Because I know as a Scorpio, I know we can tend to be negative sometimes, you know. But I've learned how to be optimistic, and I think a lot of Scorpios too have learned how to be optimistic because of certain experience. I think any human being, regardless of their sign, learns how to be optimistic when they've faced a lot of challenges and obstacles and adversity in their life, you know. So there's something that you need to be honest about, Scorpio. There's something that you also need to be speaking. I mean, like, I don't want to say, I want to be speak, but like, be honest about your intentions. What are your intentions for this new moon? You know, what is it that you want? Remember, law of attraction, you don't think about what you want. That's why we say set intentions. What is your intention for this new moon? You know, one of the cards is don't let fear. It's one of the Scorpio moonology cards is about fears and negativity. It says face your fears. Is there something you're scared about? What is it that you're scared about? Be honest with yourself, Scorpio, about what it is that you fear, you know? But also, is it because something's taking too long for you? Like, do you feel like you're lacking patience with something? I would say, Scorpio, just whatever fears you have, don't let them interfere with whatever it is that you want to, what your intention is. Don't let your fears get in the way of what it is that you want to attract or manifest for yourself. Be honest about what you want, and also be honest and understand that it's going to require patience on your part. Certain things can't be rushed, because I say this because Scorpios are also ruled by Mars. And Mars is a fire sign, you know, so we're like the fiery water sign. So it's important to be patient, be grounded, be secure in yourself, be secure in your truth, and don't allow your fears to interfere with what it is that you want to manifest for yourself. If there's something that you want to do, don't let your fear hold you back. And I think that's one of the cards from moonology. Don't let fear hold you back, something like that. So that's the message we got for Scorpio. Face your fears, truth, and patience. Be honest with yourself. Be honest what intentions you want to set. Be patient with yourself as you're facing your fears. You know, facing your fears is not an easy thing to do, especially if it's a deeply ingrained fear. It's something that you have to work on, and it may take multiple moon cycles. It may be something that you've already been working on. So, you know, it's just be patient with the process, you know, and eventually what it is that you are hoping to see for yourself will come to fruition. But we have cold moon. The cold moon is, I believe it's in December or January. It's one of the winter moons. So cold moon may be significant for you, Scorpio. So I hope that helps, Scorpio. So now we're going to go into Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. What moonology message does Sagittarius need to know at this time? What moonology message does Sagittarius need to know at this time? If you're new here, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm a moon lover, just so everybody knows. I love the moon. I am a moon child. And if you don't know what a moon child is, well, technically, they say if you were born on a Monday, that means you're a moon child. Luna, lunes in Spanish for Monday. Lunes. Monday. Just so you know. So if you were born on a Monday, you're a moon child. And if you're a moon child, because you were born on Monday, you're my brother or sister. I'm showing you my Leo moon right now. Okay, Sagittarius. So what does Sagittarius need to know? This card. Go for it. I'm going to take this card. Self-regulation is definitely about you regulating your emotions or regulating yourself in any way possible, especially if you want to take some sort of action. I want to take this card, actually. Boundaries. It's important for you to maintain boundaries. If there's something this is about the new moon and Taurus and about what you need to do to help with your intentions, right? So yeah, there's something that you want. I keep saying full moons here. We have no moon. Funny enough, Sagittarius. The next full moon that we have, it's going to be this month, May 31st, and it's going to be in Sagittarius. It's your moon, but it's also a blue moon. And a blue moon is when we have 2 full moons during one calendar month. So the full moon in Sagittarius is a blue moon, which makes it a very special moon. And it's important for you to regulate yourself, regulate your emotions, that allow you to remain calm, cool, collected. And this is funny, the bull came out and we're in Taurus season, even though the Sagittarius moon is gonna be during Gemini season. So Gemini is about communication. Make sure you're regulating how you're communicating, making sure that when you communicate that you're not letting your emotions get the best of you. Regulate yourself before you communicate. Remember, Taurus is ruled by rules the throat chakra. So communicate, grounded. Let it come from a grounded place. Empower yourself that way, right? But if there is something you definitely need to talk about, do so. But like I said, make sure you're remaining grounded in your communication, right? And especially if you're wanting to set some sort of boundaries, communicating boundaries to someone else. There could be some sort of energies around you that may feel like they could talk to you a certain way, may treat you a certain way, maybe take you for granted, whatever the case may be. It's important for you to, when you have these types of conversations, you have them from a grounded, emotional place, not where you're angry or heated and you may speak out of turn, or you may say something that you might regret, So definitely go for it. If there are certain goals that you want to achieve, like any intention that you want to set, especially if there's something you want, then this is ultimately another advice for you to also communicate what it is that you want. But also establish what sort of boundaries need to be put in place for you to get whatever it is that you want, But the most important thing is for you to remain regulated. Don't let your emotions get in the way of you receiving what it is you want. And if you have to be in the positive, even be neutral, but try to be in the side of positivity rather than negativity, because remember, your vibration is what attracts the good or the bad. So depending on where you fall under the scale, that's what you're going to attract. That's what you're going to manifest for yourself. So definitely be careful with how you're feeling emotionally, making sure that you're at least on the positive side of the spectrum rather than in the negative. And I say that's important for you to regulate yourself, regulate your emotions, because that in turn will help you regulate how you speak, the words you speak to other people, but even the words you're speaking to yourself. I hope that helps, Sagittarius, because you're a fire sign, You're a fire sign and you're blunt as fuck, but not everybody can take it, And you don't want to be turning people off in the sense that it gets in your own way. You don't want to put your foot in, you don't want to taste your foot in your mouth. You don't want your horse hoof in your mouth, okay? Your centaur foot in your mouth. All right, so now we're going to go into Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for the moon? What advice? What do they need to know for the moon and Taurus? Advice, guidance. What do they need to know for the highest, greatest good? I hope these messages are resonating for whoever is watching or whoever may watch the replay. And thank you for the likes. I really appreciate your support. and your understanding while I have the chat closed, because I have limited time with doing this reading, and I kind of want to do like a speed through. I'm already like, but let's see. Like I have 3 more signs to go, and then I'll be finished, and then I'll see you guys later today after I do this. All right, let's see. What does Capricorn need to know? Meant to be. Some sort of intention. I love this. I'm not even going to get any more cards. It says face your fear. So hopefully you're not in this, whatever fear you have, please face them, you know, because whatever it is that you're wanting to attract, manifest during this new moon phase. Because remember, new moons are about manifestation. Blank new slate, blank new slate, a brand new start. It's like meant to be, right? Something that you're wanting, something that you're calling for, and that's what your intention is. Whatever it is you're calling for, is saying it's meant to be, right? But and it says the moon's moment, synchronicity. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about, planning, and I don't know, Capricorn, you're human too. So of course Capricorns are going to feel fear, you know? You're human. Fear is a normal feeling or experience to have as a human being, regardless of your sign, right? So I don't want to be like lumping people, you know, like stereotyping people, but there may be something that you really want to do, something that you really want to manifest, an intention that you would really like to become a reality, right? An intention you would like to set for yourself. But it's like, don't let your fears block you, because whatever it is, it's meant to be, and it's the right time. It's the right time to do it. It's the right time for you. You know, we are in Taurus season. Taurus is a fellow earth sign like you, Capricorn. But Capricorn, you know how you are. When you're in your high vibrational energy, you're very hardworking. You're goal-oriented. You know, you pay attention to detail. You take care in what you do. You know, there's a sense of pride in what you do, and the level of success that you want to experience for yourself, you know, because of your ethic, your work ethic, right? In the high vibrational sense, right? But whatever it is, don't let your fears get in the way. Whatever fear that something's not the right time, or, you know, it's not going to happen, or no, it's saying right here, like, don't let that be a fear. Don't let that interfere with what is meant for you, what is synchronizing for you at this time, you know? It's like whatever it is, it's the right time. Right now is the right time. When is the right time? Whenever is the right time. But right now, if you've been putting it off, if you've been procrastinating in some way, maybe even been stubborn, it's important for you to release that, for you to let that dissolve from you and move forward. Take some sort of action to get started, you know, because whatever it is that you're wanting, that's good for you, because when we're setting intentions, it's usually positive intentions, you know, for ourselves. I'm like, why waste a wish on someone else when you could use it on yourself, right? So if there's something that you really want for yourself, but there's been a level of fear, maybe a lack of self-worth, because this is the new moon in Taurus. Know your worth, you know, don't doubt that you're worthy of whatever is meant for you. So this is what I'm saying, like, don't let your fear, don't let your insecurities block you. You know, let them dissolve and allow yourself to experience whatever it is that you're wanting to attract for yourself. Okay, Capricorn? I hope that helps you. I love that. Those are like really good cards, Capricorn. And apparently, I like them so much I didn't want to shuffle them back in correctly. Okay, so now we're going to go to Aquarius, 4404 for Aquarius. What Aquarius needs to know from me? What advice, guidance, what do they need to know for the Taurus new moon? Aquarius. Watch for signs. I would say look for butterflies, blue butterflies, daisies, white butterflies, white flowers, yellow flowers. Anything else for Aquarius? Knowledge. Drawing down the moon and follow the moon. The law of attraction. Yeah. So whatever intention you're wanting to set for yourself, I would say for you, when you set your intention, ask for the universe to give you signs that it's going to come, like what you're manifesting is coming towards you. This is what I'm getting. Whatever you're wanting to manifest for yourself, it's about you either taking the knowledge that you already have, that already exists within you from your life experience, even your educational experience, but also learning. Maybe some of you need to learn something new, but whatever it is that you're gonna have to follow the law of attraction, and the law of attraction asks for you to not say, oh, I want this, I want that, because that implies lack, right? Instead, you have to act as if you have whatever it is that you want, right? You have to act as if you are working the job that you want, that you are living the life that you want, as much as you can, because sometimes the finances you want something big, but then you gotta act like the bougie, you know what I mean? Like, you want the designer things, get the fake designer things, but you pretend it's real, and then eventually, and it's a little delulu, but if anybody knows how the law of attraction works, they know what I'm talking about. It's about like being an embodiment of what it is you want. If there's something specific that you want to attract, right? And I said, don't use I want, because that implies lack. You have to act as if you already have it. And it's just a matter of it actually coming into your possession, because it already exists, it's already there. It's just a matter of you getting it in your hands, But there could be something that you need to get more information on that's going to help you with whatever your intention is during this new moon phase. And I would definitely say ask for signs, whatever signs resonate with you that may be very specific with what you're desiring, what you're trying to, or want, what you're attracting, I feel like this is moon mastery. I feel like it's also about you mastering your emotions. Make sure that you remain grounded and stay in the best vibrational state you can be, because remember, we attract based on our vibration. If you're in a low vibration, you're going to be attracting crap. If you're in a higher vibration, you're going to be attracting higher good vibrational things for yourself, So, but the fact that knowledge comes out is, maybe some of you need to learn about the law of attraction, but because I'm not going to assume that all Aquariuses know this, because I'll be foolish to think that. But I would just say that look for signs and synchronicities that align with you, align with what it is or your intention is set on. Also gain more information, gain more knowledge, even gain a better understanding of how the law of attraction works, so that you can be more equipped to properly set an intention, and so that it can be successful, and that you can attain it, So I hope that helps you, Aquarius. Okay. I went over my break. Sorry. Okay, so Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Pisces. What does Pisces need to know? Pisces needs to know. What law of attraction law of attraction. That'd be so funny if that card comes out. What message does Pisces need to know for the new moon? What advice, guidance does Pisces need to know for this new moon in Taurus? Synchronicity. Synchronicity. It's like things are aligning for you. If there's something that you're feeling called to manifest, this is seeming like the right time. Whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest for yourself, it's the right time. Seek healing, but there could be something that you really need to work on healing. And it could be the right time for you to start healing. Maybe some of you feel like you need to work on healing your self-esteem, your self-worth, even healing some sort of relationships, or even it's just you focusing on healing yourself, Because when we are healed, we in turn, our healed selves affect the people around us, and then we can in turn be healing to other people. And I'm not talking about people, vampires and stuff like that. It's just more like you inspire people because you're at a better place, and then you also share what your experiences and all, and how you can also help people in the process. But this is seeming like this is the right time for you to start healing something within you. And this is what's going to help you get in alignment with whatever it is that you're wanting to attract, what your intention is set on, Okay, that card went in. Transformation, yeah, there's something that you need to transform within yourself, and this is what's going to allow the synchronicity to come into alignment, everything to come into alignment for you. There's something about yourself that you need to change, that you need to improve on. And I could even say so much because this is, whose moon is this? I think this is the Lilith moon with the 3 moons, the waning, waxing, and then the full moon. I would say that there's something definitely internal that you need to improve on. It could be your perception about yourself, you reconciling. Oh, is this Nyx? No. Hecate. The goddess Hecate. Look up Hecate. I think this is some part of you that needs to heal your shadow self. It's coming time for you to I always forget this damn word. When you come together, integrate. This is you integrating your shadow self. You see how these 2 cards have the moons, the waning and the waxing crescent moon? And then you see the shadows. This is about you doing shadow healing, because whatever shadow work you need to do is going to help you get into synchronicity with whatever it is that your intention is set on. So there's certain shadow work that you're going to have to do that's going to help you. You're going to have to forgive yourself because you got forgiveness underneath. There's something that you need to forgive yourself for. But remember, our entire life, we go through phases. And this is the phase where you need to heal yourself, that you need to forgive yourself for anything. It says full moon, we just had the Scorpio full moon, and transformation is also like a scorpion card right here. So there could have been something that came to light, and for you that you've gained a better understanding about yourself and about any healing that you need to work on, and it's coming to a head. I would say it's definitely going to be coming to a head in the Sagittarius full moon, which is on May 31st. So if there's some shadow aspect of yourself that you need to work out, that you need to heal, I would say do that, because that is going to have an effect on whatever intentions you may be setting. This is about you feeling whole and complete, not like parts of you are good and parts of you are bad. No, you're who you are. You have to accept the good, bad, and the ugly. You can't take the past back, but you can accept it. In the beginning of the reading, I had the Aries, I think it said accept responsibility. Somebody got accept responsibility. So there's certain things you need to accept responsibility for, and certain things that you need to forgive yourself for. Because as long as you are harboring any ill will against yourself, you're creating negative blockages for whatever it is that you want, because you're not going to feel worthy of it. Yeah, you could say you want these things, you want to manifest it, but if you're in a place where you don't feel worthy, then how is that going to match? How are you going to receive whatever it is you want, you desire, that you intend to work towards or to achieve? You can't do that. You have to accept your full self, accept all your flaws. You see the moon has all these craters and these shadows and stuff. She's still beautiful, just like you, Pisces. So this is your reminder that if there's something that you don't let your shadow aspects make you feel like you're not good enough. Those are aspects of you. Everybody has a shadow self. It's just a matter of accepting that it's a part of you. It's not you. It is a part of you. Just as much as you are a good person, we have the tendency to do bad things. Just because someone does a bad thing doesn't mean they're a bad person. Sometimes we make mistakes. But it's a matter of us forgiving ourselves. Don't hold your past against yourself, is what I want to say to you, Pisces. Okay, so I'm ending the new moon reading now for the all signs. I'm gonna put the timestamps in the comment section and the description box. I hope these readings help you. Feel free to check out your sun, moon, rising, or whatever strong placement you have in your chart. I hope to see you later on today. I'll probably go live around 5:30 p.m. But hopefully I can schedule it, but I'll see what I can do. If not, I really appreciate you being here, you taking the time to watch this live stream, allowing me to read for you, read for your sign. Thank you for the likes. I don't know if anybody subscribed, but if you did, I appreciate you subscribing. It means the world to me. I'm almost reaching that goal where I can do super chats, which is amazing. And it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for anyone like you viewing my channel. So I really appreciate you, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.